Hey, what's up guys? Today I have two naked bikes. This is a new versus old episode. We got the Duke 390 from KTM and the Ducati Monster from Ducati. It's a pretty weird comparison because the Ducati has double the power and is much more expensive. However, this is much older, the Ducati is much older than the KTM. So that's why price-wise they're similar and both could be used as beginners bikes. So that's why I'm doing this comparison. Let's go through the specs before we go out on the road. This KTM Duke 390 is one cylinder, 42 horsepower. Let's take a look. You can tell it's modern and looks really good. Like you'll see in the Ducati, looks classic. This bike, you can tell it's new. Ducati. This Ducati Monster 796 2011. By the way, that's a 2018. 2011 796 two-cylinder motor. The Italian beast. The rims were painted by the previous owner. These comes with black rims. Let's talk about price. We bought the KTM, which is a 2018 model, which got sold in 2019, and then we bought it in 2020, still under warranty with only 600 kilometers on the clock. We bought for approximately $3,800. That's including recent service, recent back tire because it was blown out or was punctured, sorry. And we got it for $3,700, which I think is a really good price, but we bought it in the summer, which is off season for us here in the Middle East. The Ducati. This is 2011 Ducati Monster 796, which had 1,800 kilometers only on the clock. And I bought it for $4,700 approximately. Recently serviced and didn't need anything. However, it wasn't the cleanest bike because it's been kept in in a garage, but it was open, not a closed one. So the difference between these two is only $1,000, and they're both naked and could be used as beginner bikes. That's the first bike I ever drove. Then we bought this bike to drive it. Why did we? What's the main reason we bought this bike? Because my friend also has an Italian bike, an MV Agusta, and we thought they're definitely gonna go wrong, and we need a spare bike. And it helped because this is the biggest difference between buying a new KTM versus an old Ducati. If you're just thinking about it like that, you're definitely gonna buy the higher power Ducati. However, reliability is the main issue. I haven't had that many problems, thank God. However, my clutch stopped working because this piece was leaking. This piece right here was leaking, and I had to order one from the dealership, and I had to wait 3 weeks for it to arrive and get fixed. So 3 weeks without a bike is a big deal for me. I drive every single day, but luckily I had this bad boy to use. Woo! So that, and when I try to start it, let's start the Ducati. The thing is, I started and bought it here, so it should work. When it's cold, it doesn't like to start. That started right up. It's because I just bought it like 10 minutes ago here. So the price difference is only $1,000. So if you're just thinking about the bikes, the Ducati is definitely the one to go for. However, reliability is the main issue. Let's go on the road and let me talk about the other things like brakes, handling, weight, all that stuff. See you on the road. Anything that's old and new, what's the biggest difference? Technology, right? So here you see the screen. My Ducati, there's like 8 years difference between my Ducati and this KTM Duke. So obviously there's going to be difference in technology. You see this nice screen. Not only, to me the most important thing is looks good. However, it also gives you which gear you're in. The Ducati doesn't, unfortunately. I think that's important for people who are starting so they can match the speeds with the gear. However, the Ducati doesn't give you that. Another thing I wish the Ducati gave you is fuel indicator. It just tells you when it's low. This tells you, this has like a gauge where you can tell it's low, it's half, it's whatever, you can tell. So if you're, let's say you're gonna go for a long ride and there's a quarter left, you can go before your ride. The Ducati, you don't know, just goes, you just get the light, turns on when it's low, and you have to head to the station. Both bikes have ABS front and back. From what I know, I could be wrong, the Ducati I can close the ABS totally or keep it on totally. This one I can only close the back ABS. I don't think it lets you close the front ABS. I don't know why you would want to do that. Tells you all this others, the date, the fuel range, that's a good one, the fuel range. Your average speed, which the Ducati only gives you your battery level, at least. So that's tech. Handling. Oh. To be honest, both suspensions are kind of harsh. However, this bike is like lighter by 30 kilos. I haven't weighed them. This is I'm going on the specs that I found online. That one's 180 kg, this one's 150 kg approximately. You can tell, especially at low speeds, especially like when making a U-turn or going through tight areas, this is much easier to do it. You have to put much less input, and it likes the initial movement better. But mid-corner, the Ducati seems more stable to me. This could have something got to do because with the tires. These tires are kind of new. The tires on the Ducati are old. Right, this turns in better, but what does that mean? That means the Ducati is more stable. On straights. Definitely, I feel like this is like very light and wiggly. That one, it won't wiggle just like this if I move my pinky. So the turn-in on this is better, but mid-corner and the straights, the Ducati is better. Low speed, this is definitely much lighter and better and easier to deal with. That's the handling. Next thing I'm going to talk about is the ergos. This seat is slightly higher than Ducati, which means I can flat-foot it but I really have to open my legs. If I'm just gonna put my foot down comfortably, I put my foot down flat on one side, or I kind of tiptoe on both foot, which is good enough for me, to be honest. I am 5'10", just for reference. This seat is much harder than the Ducatis. However, the Ducati is slightly slanted forward. So when I push myself back in the seat, I find myself just coming forward again. This seat is harder, however straight, so I can actually stay in one place and not stuck to the tank. The handlebars, I feel, are higher and closer to me. So like the Monster handlebars would be like here. So I have to a bit go in front. My back has to be a bit slanted. And my arms are at full stretch. This one, my back, the KTM, my back is straight. And my hand has a slight bend in it, which I think means much more comfort for... well, not much more, slightly more comfortable and better for long trips. Not saying the Ducati Monster is not comfortable, but especially compared to like sport bikes and racing bikes, it's definitely comfortable and good for long drives. Here I think as well my foot is not as bent as the Ducati, but I just think that's because of the height. However, they are still bent, but it's gonna be better on the knees than the Ducati. As a beginner, you're gonna be worried about the clutch. However, as of both bikes, the clutch releases kind of at the back, at the end. This clutch is heavier than the KTM clutch, so if you're going to be used as a beginner, when you're going to use it a lot, it's going to hurt your hand more than the KTM. However, you'll get used to that. But in terms of easiness of getting off the line, they're pretty similar. I wouldn't worry about both bikes as a beginner. However, the KTM is a bit better, not a lot. When you press the clutch, you also change gears, right? Down here. So now I'm in first. I'm gonna go change up. This gear lever feels much more mechanic than the KTM's. The KTM feels mushy, like it's a toy, not so much like a machine. I much prefer this one. So about power, this bike has 85 horsepower, which is double what the KTM 390 has. It has 42 horsepower. So you kind of can't compare them speed-wise. Although the KTM can keep up with traffic and do highway speeds, however, this is uncomparable to that in terms of sheer speed. The KTM, we've sold it actually as of now for the same price we bought it for after putting 5,000 kilometers on it. Yes sir, that's how you bike, people. You can always do stuff without losing money. Save your money. Let's go. So yeah, we got bored of the power. You're gonna get bored of the power. You want a bigger bike. We got a Monster 821. That's a whole different story. But you're gonna get bored of the power eventually, and you're gonna want a stronger bike. So if you start on this, I think you can have you can keep it longer and enjoy it more because it has more power. And of course the Italian flair. Let's go! This is first gear. Second gear, full power. Third gear, full power. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes, thank you for driving 40 on the main ass road. Thank you very much. 30 actually. Excellent. Anyway, USO power. We're gonna go on the highway. We're gonna get some more of this. Hopefully the audio doesn't cut because it's connected by wire and I'm driving fast. I don't know which gear it's in now, but you see, if KTM, if I'm gonna try to go at 100, it's gonna no way gonna move, you know. But this Ducati, let's go, baby. That was the rev limiter. Let's go, baby. Hopefully the audio is okay. I'm gonna go back in. Do not drive like this, kids. Anyway, by the way, yeah, my this is broken. So you see it's 40 now, I'm actually driving 20. So when I was driving 180, I was actually driving 90. Yeah, don't get it twisted. Let's go, baby. Let's talk about the brakes. Brembos, Brembos, Brembos. They're good. They're slightly better than the KTMs, but I think because the KTM's new and the lines are new and the brake pads are new and the rotors are new. So compared to these old ass Brembos, they should be performing quite similar, I think. I'm gonna stop and check if everything is working properly. I'm in Hamala, Bahrain, for you guys that don't know. Bahrain. It's in Middle East, innit? Let's talk about the brakes. These are Brembos on the Ducati. Let's check them out. 90, hit the brakes. Not bad. I feel though my tires need to be changed. That's why it's slipping and the ABS is coming on. Nonetheless, these brakes are slightly better than the KTM's. I think only slightly, because these brakes are old. As in the bike's 2011, so the shoes are from 2011, the brake pads. The rotors are from 2011, all the piping and everything's from 2011. That's why this is only slightly better. I'm sure if there were 2018, if it was a 2018 bike, it would be much better. The front brakes are slightly better on the Ducati. That's it for the comparison. What I'm going to talk about now is the charm. This has much more charm in the looks. Doesn't necessarily look better. It looks more thought after. It looks more classic. It looks more elegant. It has that Italian flair. And it makes you feel more special than when riding the KTM. It really does. Especially listening to that V-twin. Let's go. There's a big difference as well, the sound. Not saying that the KTM sounds bad. It sounds kind of good for a one-cylinder when you're on it. However, do not compare it to a Ducati V-twin at all. No chance. Case closed about sound. So if you got to this stage of the video, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. The Ducati's issue is reliability. Otherwise, you definitely buy the Ducati. As I said, I had one reliability issue with the clutch leaking oil, which I've mentioned already. I've fixed that. Now somehow when it gets to like 7 RPM, the RPM gets stuttery and sometimes the bike closes. This is recent. This happened between me filming the power section and this section, because I'm refilming this like for the 3rd time. Please like and subscribe, guys. Especially if you live in Europe and you're gonna get the parts quickly. And you have many independent garages that are gonna fix the bike for you. You don't have to take it to the dealership and it be expensive. To be fair, the dealership here in Bahrain really treats us well, and I would say it's not that expensive. It's like 50 euros an hour. And labor, and you get a discount. So if you're commuting every single day and you use it 3, 4, 5, 10 times a day, just get a new bike. Even if you want a Ducati, you need like a 15 and above, 2017 and above. Don't get an old bike. If it's just for fun and you don't mind the downtime that it's going to take in the garage, then you know what to do. Ducati all the time, baby. Let's go. These people are sleeping. We can go though. This is the end of the video, guys. Please like, subscribe. buy a Ducati if you don't mind the downtime and paying for fixing. Otherwise, get the reliable bike. This is the Lats first. Let's go, second gear. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's it, guys. Catch you in the next one. Rah!